Okay. It is not as hot as I thought it was going to be. But the wind is blowing. I know my voice is kind of muffled right now. That's why I got the camera like as close to my face as possible. Probably looking just as ridiculous. Excuse me. But Operation Stop Simp Part 5. You know, in case it was, a little hot. I do have my fruit smoothie right here with my beet powder, excuse me, for nitrous oxide, help with the blood circulation, give all nutrients good to the body, good to that body. I got a superfruit mix, a superfruit powder mix, real good. Anytime I take it, I feel good. Within like a couple days, and the moment I stop taking it, that's when I start feeling bad. So it's doing something. It's not a placebo, it actually helps. But Operation Stop Simp Part 5, we gotta talk. We gonna talk. Make sure this vehicle doesn't come my way. No, it's all good. But let me say this, man. And this is to all the youngins out there, all the kids. It's more directly towards the young men. When we think about simping, we're thinking about the idea of a simp, right? Is a man who does not have enough experience in life with the opposite sex to make sound decisions, and they let their emotions and their hormones overpower logical thinking. Essentially, you let your hormones get you into stupid decisions, basically. Situations that if you were thinking like a logical human being, you would easily turn those situations around and be like, you know what, it ain't even worth even entertaining the thought of doing something like this. That's basically what simping is. And Operation Stop Simping is to get us back into the logical way of thinking that even in spite of our hormones acting up, our logic takes over and we make sound decisions based on that logic. We avoid thirst traps. We avoid females who think that they can get money out of us just for posting naked pictures online. Like just little stupid shit. Like we don't buy OnlyFans. We understand the warning signs of a triple B, as we call them. A triple B, shout out to Gilly the Kid. A beautiful bum bitch. These are the type of women we have to avoid in 2021 and going forward. And the type of women we should have been avoiding for as long as we can remember. But yeah, a beautiful bum bitch. These are the women that we have to avoid. A woman that's beautiful but ain't got nothing going on for herself. Ain't nothing going on for herself. Type of women that'll do all this talking down on you, but the only thing she could possibly have going for is a nursing degree. And if it's not that, she wakes up in the morning aspiring to be an OnlyFans model. That's worse than being an Instagram model. But whatever. Can't talk shit about somebody when you doing just as bad. I mean, at the end of the day, get your bag, but bro, we ain't got to be simping over that shit. Some of these prices they be putting up for these OnlyFans, I be seeing videos on people doing OnlyFans videos. Not people, but people reacting to the prices people be making for like their OnlyFans videos and shit and pictures. You got people out there that's literally charging you $5,000 just for a full body naked picture. Somebody, like, you might know who I'm talking about if you watch LTG latest video. I don't want to spend too much time talking about LTG and his content, but he put up an interesting video. And I don't know if he uploaded it this morning or it was yesterday, because YouTube is kind of weird, where they show me videos seem like sometimes a day late after somebody actually uploads them. So, across the street, because I got to get over there. But yeah, it's Just one of them WTF moments. That the sad part is, somebody's gonna pay for that shit, and that's the sad part. Somebody's literally gonna pay $5,000 to $6,000 just for a picture, bruh. Not a personal portrait, just a girl just taking a regular picture with a fucking camera. More than likely her phone. The picture isn't even gonna be of high quality. It's just a damn picture. And I think the girl who did this was like a famous UFC fighter or something like that. I think her name was like Jada I or Jaden I or some shit like that. I don't know. She's doing this. And to see, because we understand in a perfect world, no man should even be thinking about paying for that shit. Hell, even women out there that like that type of shit. No woman should be paying $5,000. Like, it is no fucking way somebody should be getting $1 billion off of fucking, over like $1 million off of OnlyFans. Like, I don't know. Just to have a piece of a fucking celebrity, and even not a real celebrity, just like a D-list, like just got famous yesterday celebrity. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, motherfuckers don't even be trying no damn more, and because they know they can get it out of you. So they don't try. They do the bare minimum for maximum profit, which on their end is good business. But for the people receiving this shit, y'all look stupid as hell. We gotta stop simping, bro. Operation Stop Simp. But that's that. What I really want to talk to the young guys, and I want to say this. No female, like, your happiness and your love goes beyond just some female's attention. You got to understand this. That's some real shit right there. That's real shit. Your happiness and love is more than just a female's attention. You have to know that. The reason why female standards are so low these days is on top of the fact they got all these little sus boys out there, which, by the way, a lot of women condone them acting like that just so they can have, it's like they just thrive, and black women especially, y'all got it bad with this shit. It seems like every circle of black women has to, it's almost like a necessity, like they feel like their world isn't complete unless they got one gay male best friend. I swear. And a few years ago, I actually had a debate with a group of black women that literally was arguing with me on that subject, not knowing they was proving me right the entire damn time. They was arguing with me. Which goes to another point I want to make. A lot of women just like seeing themselves being heard. They don't want to learn nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, they get it twisted because this world caters to y'all in ways that y'all don't understand. There have been women that y'all know about that have lied on men about a lot of shit. From being raped to being beat on, they lied on them and they got financial profit off of that. But in the meantime, all this is about them not personally liking the guy no more. And instead of them just coming out and say that, or they might have sex with a dude, they both get caught doing it in an inappropriate place, but so that she saves face, she throws him under the bus and says, oh, this was rape. David Banks is a perfect example. You know, the woman, so for those of y'all who don't know who David Banks is, look his story up. He was an NFL player who was, he was an NFL prospect ready to get drafted, but one night he ended up having sex with a girl. It was completely consensual, but it was on school campus, and I don't know, because I haven't looked at the story like recently, but basically the school kind of found out, and and she kind of like wanted to save face, so she said that he raped him. He ended up spending Well, rather, he got spooked into taking a 10-year plea deal or something like that. I don't think he did the whole time behind bars, but I think he spent a lot of his prime years that he could have spent in the NFL making money for his family and getting his legacy known behind those bars over a lie. Now, the whole time, this girl was able to sue the school because she said that the security weren't on patrol that night or some shit like that, and they didn't do anything to stop it. So she sued the school for like $2 million, and she literally went off the radar. She did. And years after this man had got out of jail, she finds him through Facebook. I guess she wanted to clear her conscience, but not enough to actually clear this man's name through her own words, because the evidence clearly showed that she was lying. But and the lawyer that I guess that has secretly recorded her confessing that she was lying, that played against her as well. Obviously, that's like the most damaged evidence. But yeah, it was a situation that was ugly. And then you got trifling females in this world that look at that and they get inspired by that, because they're like, damn, all I got to do is lie on a guy and get $2 million. Shit, where do I sign up? So it brings the value of women overall down, because you don't see men doing no trifling shit like that. When was the last time you heard of a man doing some shit like that to a woman? Lying on a woman to get paid. Like on some real shit. When was the last time you seen that? Or even heard that? That's how rare it is, if it does happen at all. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't completely count it out, right? But it happens a lot less with men, and it happens more often with women. Because a lot of these females lazy as hell, and they just want a quick come up. There's women out there right now living off a man's child support, not even giving a damn if he's miserable or not. And it's women out there right now who are holding their kids hostage against the father because the father no longer wanted to be with her. Because maybe she was being too trifling, or she was snooping around and being like a neighborhood hoe, wanting to be for the streets instead of being at home and being a mother, and maybe even taking care, going to work, taking care of her kids. She wants to be in the streets and doing everything else. You know what I'm saying? And when the father decides he don't want to deal with that no more, he just wants to take care of his kids, and that's it. They'll try to hold the kids hostage to try to get money out of the dude. And the whole time the whole time that's happening, they don't understand that the underlying reason for all that is because she was out there being in the streets. You know what I'm saying? You have to know that men ain't gonna put up with your bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't taking not one sip of this damn smoothie yet. But yeah, men not trying to put up with that bullshit. No matter how good or bad a man may be doing, he not trying to put up with that bullshit. Nobody is. So that's basically it. But yeah, like I said, there's nothing worse than a beautiful bum bitch. It's just not. And we gotta stop being so, how can I put it? Like, we gotta stop being so open to accepting people that won't accept us if we were in those same shoes. Like, for example, if a woman looks cute and she's like flipping burgers and making fries at McDonald's, right? There's dudes I know for a fact that wouldn't hesitate to try to get that number. Because you're just looking at her beauty, you're not looking at anything else that she got going on for her. You're not even trying to have the conversation, you're just trying to get the number. Because you see a girl that's cute, and you think she easy enough, so you gonna try to pursue it. But a man in that same situation isn't going to get that same love from a girl if that same girl was in his position instead. They probably gonna laugh at him. You know what I'm saying? They not looking at a potential good man or nothing like that that's gonna treat him right. They just looking at your position and they just laughing at you. So knowing females that carry that type of personality about themselves, I wouldn't entertain that. You know what I'm saying? Like a female that's willing to love you while you're broke, not saying that you are, but a female that's willing to love you while you are broke is a female that you need to keep. Because everybody's in good spirits when you know what I'm saying, when everything's good. How are you when things get bad? You feel me? How are you when things aren't at their best? That's what's going to determine whether or not you deserve to be around me or not. You know? Are you around me just because I seem to be in this prime position? Or are you with me because you're with me? You know what I'm saying? Like, the old question goes, do you love me for me or do you love me for my, you know what I'm saying, for anything else other than me? You know what I'm saying? Because if you love me for me, that means you're in love with the person that you're seeing. You're in love with me. But if you love for if you're in love with my possessions and what I can do, then the next person that comes along that has those same possessions but might have it in more of abundance, you're gonna leave me for that person because you're loyal to the materials. You're not loyal to the person that has the materials. You know what I'm saying? It's a difference. It's a difference, bro. And we got to get back to loving ourselves and understanding that simping over these females that don't mean nothing to us, that don't mean well, is not the move. So yeah, it's just one of them. It's one of them situations that we really have to start putting ourselves first and realizing who is there for us and who isn't, so that we don't end up heartbroken. You know, I kind of made a video yesterday about zero, and I'm gonna say this right here. It wasn't to bash or, you know, or lessons or like, it wasn't meant to bash Zero's character. It was meant to get in the head of, you know, all the younger guys out there who may look up to Zero, but don't have a clear understanding of how to handle the situation. Oh, excuse my bad. But yeah, it was for the younger dudes out there who may not have enough life experience to properly deal with a situation like that, just the way Zero handled it. He went about it the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude literally let a female come into his life, take his money and his notoriety, and start a whole new online life with it just because she was getting a bunch of DMs, because she didn't start off like that. And I hate talking about her, but she's such a perfect example of somebody who will use you for everything that she thinks you're worth and then leave you. She's a perfect example of that. Me, that can never happen to me, bro. Like, it just can't. You know what I'm saying? Well, it can't happen to me now. I'm not saying it didn't happen to me in the past when I was younger and dumber, but, you know, as I am now, that can never happen to me. You know what I mean? So we really got to get to that point where, you feel me, like, we're understanding certain shit just isn't what it's cracked up to be. You just got some people that just means that mean you know well, and they'll introduce themselves as somebody that that means well. But even in that, you can detect their disingenuousness. You can even in that you can detect them being disingenuous. Excuse me. I got the pronunciation all wrong. I'm ready to go in here and just work and get my day over with. But yeah, man, it's an unfortunate situation that these videos have to be made, but they have to be made. So again, I give a shout out to my boy Mugetsu, my boy Mugen Lord, shout out to Lil Tier Guy, shout out to Kevin Samuels, and any other man on YouTube that are making these videos trying to help wake up the next generation of young men so that they don't end up falling into the same pits that we may have fallen in when we were younger and dumber. You know what I'm saying? These women out here, they don't mean you well. And you need to look out for the red flags. Period. Know what those red flags are. OnlyFans being probably like the biggest red flag these days. You got to understand what self-respecting woman is going to wake up in the morning and say, well, I want to do OnlyFans. I want to sell my body online. Like, you know what I'm saying? And the females don't even be cute like that. So they be barely decent. And yes, as a man, I can compare your looks because I'm a man. I'm supposed to be ugly. But a woman is supposed to be beautiful. So, like, it's a difference. So, but yeah, that's it. I'm gonna upload this, man. Y'all guys follow me on my Instagram, ADSplay101. That's my personal Instagram. World Warriors Collective. That's my merchandise on my merchandise Instagram. Follow me on that as well for all the latest merchandise updates. Got new leather jackets coming soon, so you guys keep an eye out for that. That being said, man, thank you guys for watching. Peace. Remember, be humble in victory, be gracious in defeat, but show no mercy in battle. World Warriors Collective.